Were you ever that one in a million? If so, what's your story? I am a 19-year-old male. In August of last year, I was driving with my sister when suddenly her face turned cold. "Gavin, your eyes are yellow," I remember her saying. I quickly pulled down the passenger's mirror and to my horror, two yellow eyes radiated back at me. Fast forward, I spent a month being sick. The initial diagnosis was hepatitis A. Went back to the doctor. Nothing was better, things were worse in fact. Was sent to the ER, then to the liver transplant unit at UCSF. By this point, my eyes had turned muddy orange and my pee was the color of a mahogany tree. Anyways, the team of liver doctors at UCSF managed to save my liver. I was diagnosed with autoimmune hepatitis. Oh, and my eyes are white again. For my 7th birthday, we went to Disneyland. They just happened to be having a car a day giveaway when we were there. For my 7th birthday, Mickey Mouse gave me a Pontiac Firebird. When I was a kid, I went to an air show. I entered a drawing for what I thought was a Ford Mustang. When I won, I discovered on stage that I won a wristwatch with a Mustang on the face. A horse, not the car. It was huge, kinda ugly and boyish. Bought a new strap and rocked that thing for a year. I'm allergic to potatoes. Never met someone else who is, so I guess it's one in a million. Never eaten chips or fries. I was diagnosed with leukemia. I got a bacteria growth which killed the leukemia, a real 1 in 1 million chance. Edit. I almost died thanks to that bacteria though. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. When I was a kid, I was chilling in the water of the Mediterranean Sea in Turkey. Suddenly, I felt an awful burning sensation on my stomach and my legs. I looked like I had been brutally sandpapered, and I got a 40 degrees Celsius fever. Turns out I made contact with a jellyfish, and later found out that it hadn't happened on that beach for 10 years or so. I was just extremely unlucky. I was in 2 separate car crashes, in 2 separate cars, in less than 45 minutes apart. Edit. I wasn't the driver for either crash. First car was hit from the side. Friend came and picked us up. Car lost traction and we slid off the road and hit a pole. Neither was that bad, just poor timing. I slept wrong one night and pinched a nerve in my neck so severely, I lost the right side of my body. It just went silent like it wasn't there for months. I woke up in the worst pain I've ever experienced and couldn't talk, move, or do anything. The ER doctor thought I was having a stroke. My doctor had never seen a case as severe as mine, and it was purely a freak accident. Recovery took months, but I have use of my leg and hand again with some numbness. Other than pain and spasms, I'm mostly back to normal. I hate reading stuff like this. If you're not safe lying asleep on a mattress, where are you safe? The first one, I don't know about the exact odds, but I was born on 7/7/77 and weighed 7 pounds and 7 ounces. Sadly though, I clocked in at 6:50 a.m. The other is that around the age of 14, I started to notice the outsides of both of my feet starting to get much wider. After a couple of years of buying expensive custom-made shoes, they decided to perform surgery on my feet. Turned out I had extra muscle growth along with something else I don't recall at the moment. My podiatrist told me he submitted a scholarly article on it. May also have been genetic, as when my dad was 3, he developed an extra toe growing out of each one of his big toes. I passed out from laughing too hard once. It was truly a 1 in a million thing. When I was a teenager, I had just started working at the local Sears Auto Center Express Lube shop, and on day 1 did a quick orientation and my first oil change. The manager walked away when he felt I was good to go, and the oil change went well. Fast forward a few days later, my manager asked me to come into his office, and he explained that the oil filter I had used had one huge flaw. I didn't know what that was, and it turned out the filter was pressed on backwards into the filter can, and it wouldn't allow oil to flow in, and it damaged the motor. They had to purchase a new motor for the person, and I still kept my job. He said it was a 1 in a million chance that would have happened, and it did on my first oil change. They have insurance for a reason. All sorts of weird stuff happened at our Walmart. Defective tires, filters, oil, you name it. They don't hold the employees accountable for their weird stuff. Quote, I have the rarest type of synesthesia, lexical gustatory. It means I taste words. What's it like? With food words, I'd imagine you'd taste the food. But what do numbers taste like? Colors? Nouns? Do people's names have a taste? Sorry for the spam, but this sounds so darn cool. Yep, food words taste like the food. Other than that, words just have their own taste regardless of what they mean. Also, the same words in different accents taste different. This was in the early 90s. Lightning struck the telephone line and traveled through the handset to my ear. My parents drove me to the ER. I couldn't talk very well. My brain knew what I wanted to say, but my mouth didn't want to say it. I had a terrible stutter. My doctor told me that I had had a dose of good old-fashioned electroshock therapy. My speech was normal the next day, but I get a terrible headache whenever a thunderstorm comes through. I am allergic to the cold, like literally. I get intense hives, swelling, I pass out, and throw up. Doesn't even have to be freezing. Below 45 degrees without a jacket, and I can't do it. I have to carry an EpiPen with me in the event that I drink something too cold or have a severe reaction. Hello, fellow phone lightning friend. Came to share I got struck by a feeler of lightning, according to the fire department, because I was watching a wicked thunderstorm on a cordless home phone. Neighbor's house got struck right by my bedroom window, where I was pressed up against it talking to my friend about the insane frequency of the strikes. I remember dropping the phone, slowly dropping to the floor, and then time feeling really weird. Mom found me laying there when she came to tell me the neighbor's house was on fire. I was conscious, but very out of it. She got me up, helped me outside. Fire department basically said the same thing. Zapped, we'll be fine. Don't be on your phone in a thunderstorm. Also, the fire was small and only burned a hole in their roof, damaged their attic some. Everyone walked away, okay. Edit. This was 2001 or 2002. Bought $3 worth of pong balls at one of those games at the state fair. I think it was 10 balls and the grand prize is in the middle and you have to land it in a small glass container. I was having fun and just decided to throw it by flicking my wrist in a weird way. It bounced around for a while and landed right in the red glass container, which was the grand prize. Even the worker was surprised that I got it. Had to walk around the state fair with a giant Charmander plush toy after that. I was on Tinder and was talking to this guy. He was supposed to meet me for dinner. I texted him and no answer. Then I texted him on Tinder, said that he couldn't make it. However, I got a text back from the number. It wasn't the guy that I thought I texted. It was the actor Gerard Butler. I thought he was lying until he FaceTimed me. Nice guy. Edit. Well, I didn't think this post would blow up. First, I didn't go on a date with him instead. He lives on the West Coast and I live on the East Coast. I didn't keep his number because I respect his privacy. When he FaceTimed me, he was super casual and asked me why I was using Tinder, and he wished me luck on it. Thanks for watching. Some of these sound impossible, but they're real. What's your once-in-a-lifetime story?